Well, Janusz, Manchester City got the job done. And you know what? That's probably the best thing that Pep can take out of that, because given the conditions, that could have been a lot trickier than it actually ended up being.
Yes, it was dominant. In fact, I think City played better in the snow in the first half. I think West Ham couldn't see them. No, I mean, really, when you look at that, their movement was exceptional. It's one of those games that I think Pep won't be happy with that wonderful strike from Lanzini, because that looked like a 3 games on the trot without conceding a goal, right? But I think it's one of those games where you take the points. With Chelsea playing United a little bit later on, you level on points. And I still think Manchester City were dominant, Mark.
One of the hardest things about prior to a Manchester City game is trying to predict the first goal scorer, because so many of them usually seem to step up. This time it was İlkay Gundogan. And after last season, when he seemed to score so many goals, this season he's getting some vital ones as well. It's just taking a little bit longer.
Well, he's coming back of injury, right? I mean, he's just getting better and better. And again, when you look at this game, you tend to look at the squad. And I think, there'll be some that'll say, well, they squeezed by West Ham United. I don't think that's the case. I think we tend to forget how draining emotionally some of these games are. They're coming off a massive win, an emotional win against PSG, right? That takes its toll. Without the players like Kevin De Bruyne, without Phil Foden, without Jack Grealish, without Ferran Torres. They did it against PSG. They did it here. And sometimes we focus too much on the squad of teams like Manchester City, how deep they are. You always miss players like that when you play, 3 days later in the Premier League with the tempo, with the conditions that they've had. So I don't overlook those things. I don't feel sorry for Manchester City, but I do understand how difficult it is, because they were stretched in terms of that squad and in terms of quality.
There was an element of risk reward, I suppose, for West Ham in this game. If they'd had a goal a little bit more, they could have got more out of it, but they could have conceded more. What did you make of their game plan today under David Moyes?
Well, it was different, wasn't it? 4-4-1-1 a little bit. Masuaku came in, and Jared Bowen, who was very important to that team, obviously didn't play. You could tell immediately that they wanted to make sure that they secure the center of the pitch in that formation. Was it wrong? Probably not. I think what you're going to get when you go to Manchester City. You're not going to get a lot of possession. So I think I understand that from that standpoint. But, when you go back to conditions, we can make fun of it or not, but it was always going to be difficult to hold on to the ball for West Ham in those conditions. That superb quality of Manchester City players is just that no matter what conditions, good players know how to play in any of them, don't they?
Final question. Chelsea, Manchester City, Liverpool. You and I have discussed that there's a decent gap between them and the rest, but that still leaves one Champions League spot up for grabs with a 4th placed finish. Will West Ham be challenging for that, in your opinion, come the end of the season?
I think it's going to be similar to last season. They may fall apart. I mean, it's not a deep squad. It's something that I think you and I expected. Now that's 2 losses for West Ham, right? They're going to have a soft spot. I think they're going to be there or thereabout, but ultimately, I think they're just going to miss out at the very end.
Manchester City 2, West Ham 1. It sounds probably closer than it actually was.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.